Hi, this is Karin at howtotap.com, and I'm doing another segment on one of the advanced methods I use, which is a combination of advanced clearing energetics, universal source energy, dimensional healing, and intuition, and muscle testing, and all kinds of fun stuff. And so, what I have is a very wonderful person online who's allowed me to tape this, and the reason it's so important is because she was in foster care system. And we're not going to go into a lot of detail about that, other than the presenting problem is that unfortunately she wants to be adopted by everybody. She wants to be adopted by her friends. She wants to be adopted by her loved ones. I mean, like her brothers, even if they're foster brothers. And she wants to be adopted by her bosses, which is she wants to be adopted by me working with her. She wants to, so her presenting problem is that she gets hurt because she wants people, and this is already, I can tell, is kind of upsetting her. It's a really deep issue that, and I'm making light of it because I'm trying to not let her get deep into all this stuff. And she does have a sense of humor, so I can lighten it up, and some people don't. And have such a sense of humor because they go into the deep mountain, and so I'm allowed to talk about a little bit. And the problem with wanting to be adopted by everybody is you don't really have a sense of allowing the other person to uh, say something wrong to you, accidentally have a bad day. And at work, it's like, what if she's in a meeting and the boss gets mad? She's so everybody. It's connected to the feeling of worth, the feeling of being loved unconditionally. And let me tell you, out in this world, there's very few people that are going to love you unconditionally. It's not the way it works. And so this is, and she knows that she's not stupid. So I mean, she understands cognitively that this is not a good way to live her life, but energetically she can't help it. So my job is I'm going to start with basically Cortex ACE, which is going into your past memories and the parts of where things are stored, as we said in meta medicine, German new medicine, and things like that, where I can come up using intuition with things that are related to why this is this, the negative learnings and the things that make her energetically have to feel all the time adopted. And this is a really bad, and I don't want to go too long into this, but I want you to understand that how difficult this is for her, this yearning to want to be accepted and loved, and and it's not just unconditionally loved, but like given a shot. And so everything that happens to her is filtered through the oh crapness of I'm not good enough, or I'm not, there's that unconditional, there's nobody that I'm accepted with. And uh, her name is Babs. So Babs, you can go anytime in here, or tell me if I am incorrect. Yeah, and that's something that's important for clients to understand, is that I know how much they want to get rid of this thing, whatever this thing is, and there's a reason. So no matter how you present yourself, which is your reactions to thing, whether you get, this is not you, this is other people, like they get angry at somebody, or they easily get hurt, and that is you, they easily get hurt, or they easily go to I'm a bad person, and so that it's not their fault really. It's more like this is their coping mechanism. And so since this has been yearning in your past forever, we're gonna it's easier, since you don't know, we like EFT and matrix and things like that is a wonderful technique, but this is where you don't have to interact with me. You don't have to like try to find it. I still use matrix and EFTs and ACE and other things in this. It's just that the intuition part and logging into it, which is sort of what it feels like, allows you to just sit there. And you know, I know I've worked with you before, so I know you don't really get triggered much, other than me talking about it right now. So, so, and the thing is the cool thing is I don't need to know all the details, and so I'll just tune into a piece. You might recognize some of those pieces. You can tell me that. You know, we'll figure out when to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and find them first, and then I'll start to clear them, and I'll get the order to clear them in. And okay, so let me just, so I have two different things open here. All right, so I'm going to go into this, and essentially I use the parts of the brain. Now this is Advanced Clear Energetics by Richard Fluke. And so this part of finding this is also meta-medicine. And, whoop, you lost your headphones. So, because we hear that really loud. No, it's fine. So you can follow me or not, it doesn't really matter. You most likely aren't going to get really emotional in this unless something triggers you. If that happens, please tell me. I usually use this without the person present, so they're not getting triggered, but you can be here and to tell us when it really resonates with you if you want. But I'm going to essentially kind of do it without you involved unless you want to be. And people can be vulnerable. So I'm not going to go into why I'm sticking my hand on here like this. Essentially, I'm tuning into the cortex and things that are happening. What I'm going to do is try to pick up, and I just need to repeat myself so that I can tune into the energy and stop yapping my mouth. Okay. It's not I want to be adopted. It's more like I am not. I'm not a person unless I'm adopted? Babs? No, important. I think, yeah, you use the word claim, but that might be because of your background. I think most people in the non-foster world don't understand what that means. So I just want to switch it to I'm not I'm not a because I know that triggers all kinds of other things in you because you know you're a person and you've worked on this a long time. So I think it's more like I'm not a settled person unless I'm adopted. So and so the word claimed to me means like accepted as I am. Could that be? Can we use that? Okay, I'm not accepted as I am unless I'm adopted. Now, you know, I know that you don't feel like that the whole adoption thing is not cognitive right now, but that's where it comes from. So we're mixing how about I am not accepted? I don't feel I somewhere I understand. I feel there's a part of me, a big part of me that doesn't feel accepted unless I'm adopted. Now, again, the adopted is from the past. So accepted unless that adoption feeling goes on. Would that be true? Yes. Okay. Okay. There's a part of me that doesn't feel so. Yeah, because then the emotion is going on too. I can feel that. All right. And the words I'm adopted is my words, but it's also been her words. So if I were going to do this in real life, I mean, this is real life, but I would go more like put it in her words, which is accepted unless I am fully accepted as myself. And that's what it is. Okay. Okay, there's one more thing I need to do. All right. Okay. Again, you know, we worked on you before. I usually say this stuff silently. So you might hear me mumble, but essentially is there any pictures coming up, any sounds, any people's voices, any emotions, any comfortable energy, any tastes, any smells? Okay, so I'm going to start with the left pinky. Everybody doesn't feel accepted as I am unless I feel adopted. Unless I feel like what adopted would feel like. We're getting really deep in here. All right, Babs. I mean, it's bringing up all kinds of stuff like if you were just wanted to be adopted, even if you didn't, then everything else would be okay. And so you're sort of projecting onto people that they need to accept you because you were never adopted, okay? And adopted isn't really adopted to you. I don't think it's more like being you call it claimed. So I'm gonna see, yeah. I claim you. Okay. All right. Again, she has a sense of humor. Are there any emotions? Oh, this is a big one because you're kind of sort of. All right, so we need to talk a bit to your cognitive mind because I'm getting a lot of blocks. And I know you're very hopeful, and that's also like, let's get rid of this. So, but there's also a block being, what if I don't want to be claimed? What if I get to the point where I don't need to be claimed? Then I'll never be claimed. Oh my God! And so the thing is that what we're doing is having you understand that being claimed or being adopted or that has nothing to do with acceptance who Babs is. And that's where we're going. So, and especially because you work in this industry, you're going to have to still use that terminology, and you're going to still have to deal with people who feel like you. That doesn't like magically disappear into smoke and you won't have that reference anymore. What's going to happen is it just won't pain you and cause you to react the way you energetically, without being able to stop it, react now, where you lose control. And I don't mean lose control, you do anything bad, but you lose control, you want to go into the bathroom and cry your face off. And so even if you don't do that because you're an adult, that's what you feel like. And I'm sure that's actually happened anyway. So it's just not having to feel that loss of control. You're still going to know what it feels like to be a foster child. You're still going to know what it's like to feel like to wanting to be claimed. You're still going to want to feel like, that, you wish everybody would, adopt you and believe in you full-heartedly and be accepted and all that stuff. So, I mean, that you'll still understand that it won't be like this, because we all want to be accepted. We just don't all want to be adopted or claimed. All right. So as soon as we balance that, you're still going to be able to do your job. You're still going to be able to to work in your job, and you're still going to be able to have relationships. We're not taking any of that away, or any of the experiences and how they made you feel. What they're going to do is they're not going to bother you anymore. All right. Hopefully in one session. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Okay, the block is gone. Okay, so we have, now this probably won't make any sense to you, but sometimes it will. So there's a, I was gonna say, so there's a body of water. It's enclosed, so it's like a lake. And I'm when I say I'm, it's you. I'm looking at the lake and feeling very alone. Feeling very alone. I'm like nobody. And I'm male and fairly young, 24-ish. So, you know, if you're somebody who doesn't believe in past lives or things like that, this is all can be metaphorical because the subconscious is does a much better job of dealing with issues than the conscious mind, or you would have fixed it by now, right? So, that's a generalizing statement, but usually. And the funny thing is I don't have a lot of clothes on. So I am, so that means, so I have that's not a bad thing. It's just, so it's warm, and I have like, I want to say caveman shorts, but it's not caveman times. It's just, and they're not raggedy, so we'll just call them, for my own purposes, caveman shorts. I'm like, you know, and this is very similar to what you're feeling now. It's like, I'm just tired of no support. And it's not just, it's like, without, what do you call it? I help you, you help me. So I'm not going to help you unless you help me. Without reciprocation. It's like, why can't just somebody like me for me? Why do we have to be tit for tat kind of thing? Okay, so do I need to know anything else? No. So luckily we can move on, and I'll come back to that. So ring finger. And again, you can put your hands on your head the way I showed you last time if you feel like it. Are you there? Any pictures coming up? Any sounds? Any people's voices? Any emotions? Any uncomfortable? Any taste? Any smells? Okay, this is just pure pissed off anger at people having, excuse my language, their own shit, so they don't pour it on me. Why do I have to always be the one to make nice? That's when my cat does that, when she's upset and angry. Okay, why do I always have to be the one to make nice? Okay, do I need to know anything else? Like some of these things, Babs, will be, you will recognize there'll be similarities. They don't necessarily have to, obviously, you're not, you know, a man, and this is not really even male or female. So this is pretty much, you're going to see some things that are similar to what's happening now, and you can say something or not. I've told her that, you know, she doesn't have to say much, because, you know, she's it's a sort of a semi-private thing, and so therefore she might not say a lot in this, and I've given her that option not to say a lot if she doesn't want to. And quite honestly, she's also her connection is messing up. So I'm just going to keep going, because that's the cool thing about this, is I can just keep going, and she can watch it later, right? Okay, so do I need to know anything else? No. Okay. All right. Again, this is goes to where medicine, German medicine say traumas are stored that need to be cleared and accepted to be able to move on. Are there any pictures coming up? Any sounds? Any people's voices? Any emotions? Any comfortable energy? Any taste? Any smells? Okay, this is feels like a. This is actually not a bad thing. This is sort of like I'm comfortable. Comfortable where I am. And I keep it that way. This is a little bit, also feels like, it also feels like this is a little bit, that I want to keep it that way, is there's a little fear tinge to, if things are going at least okay, let's not upset the apple cart. It's just, so there's a little eggshells going on here. Eggshell walking going on here. Do I need to know anything else now? All right, so we'll go to the next one. Okay. I got pictures coming up, any sounds, any people's voices. Okay. This one is this one has to do with animals. Like, why can't people be like animals? Animals, no. Pets. And that's not a negative thing. It means, if you love me, you love me. Oh, and I can make a boo-boo. And you still love me. Ooh. Well, that's ginormous. And I know if she, so she fell off the connection. So I know that that was, should have definitely commented on that one. Because I know that's a thing with her, so. All right. So, like, some of these things, do I need to know anything else? Like, I don't need to know if it's, you know, if it's in her past, or if it's a subconscious thing, or if you believe in past lives, if it's a past life thing, or if it's a grand ancestor or a grandfather or a passed down thing. That's the lovely thing about behind this method. Okay. I'm clicking around because I have a lot of things open here. Let me just close some stuff. Goodness. All right. So you'll start to see a pattern. Like, I'm seeing a pattern of why can't. Like, so this is, like, this is sort of now I just went into what I call counseling, life coaching, thinking mode. It's sort of going into, like, looking at the pattern, which is sort of, there's a missing thing inside her. Why is she always looking outside of herself? So I'm just making a mental note. In fact, I'll write it down here. Is why is she looking outside of herself? I might not have to do anything with that, because if she's looking outside of herself, that's the issue, and we wouldn't have to do any of this if she, you know, didn't need to look outside of herself. All right, so it's all connected, and luckily I don't have to figure out why it's connected. So this one is this is why. Now this is a feeling, so I'm not getting a picture. This is why doesn't, yeah, why doesn't someone else fill, yeah, this is subconscious, fill the emptiness inside me. It's because if I could find the person to fill the emptiness inside me. All right, so this is a hope. Usually I don't get hopes. I get hopes, but there's usually something I need to clear or learning that needs to be done. So let me just go deeper in that. This might be a release and replace shortcut. Yes. All right. So I'm gonna have to do one of those because that's an overall writing thing. The release and replace shortcut is a method I developed to take care of chronic issues. So this has been over many lives. I mean, like ancestral, generational herself that she's taken on as well. So, and when I do it in my head, it's much shorter than if we do it in real life, because I do it with her, it would take a good 20 minutes, which in the grand scheme of things is not much. But anyway, all right, so let's keep going. Are there pictures coming up? Any sounds? Any people's voices? Any emotions? Any smells? Okay, this is definitely like it's the Christmas Carol thing where people are just poor out of their mind. This is a poor, scrappy, dirty, poor. Yeah, this is like this is actually very much like wide. This is wide. So like I'm a good kid, and I promise I will stay a good kid. Just take me in, and I'll prove it to you. I will love you. I will love you. I will give love to you. I will love you so much. If you love me like your own, I was going to say family, but we'll just keep it like your own. Wow. All right, so this is definitely, not, this is it's like, oh, it's like I see wet streets. I see like coal and dirty, and so this is not now. So she might think that, this is a now thing because she feels like that, I'm sure, in her life, and so, but this is definitely not how, it's not from now. I mean, it's just passed over, whether it's generational or not. Okay, right. Oh, let me just ask. Do I need to know any more? No. Okay. Okay, we're moving faster now. Good. Okay, so this is so finally we have somebody older. So most of these have been like young kids, youth. This is I'll make my own family and never allow that to happen. Yeah, but it's not as good as it sounds. This is more like lots of curse words going on. So whenever there's lots of curse words going on, like hell no, then there's lots of blocks, and then so that's the learning that has to change, because when you're angry at your past, it means you haven't accepted it, you haven't learned from it. It just means that that's never gonna happen to me. I'm never gonna do this, and that sets up an energy block. So this is not now, although it could probably be now. Do I need to, it feels like that's enough. It feels like a, well, it feels male. And the shut-offness. I know that's not a word. Shut-offness. And don't let anybody in. And don't let anybody in. Anybody outside in. Not a good thing. Okay. Take care of that. Don't need to know anything else now. All right, middle finger. Where am I? Right side. This isn't a hard one. Oh. Is this what I think it is? Oh, it is. All right, I'm not going to say this out loud because I know her history, but this is right now. There's something that's going on in her, a choice that she's made in her romantic life. And no, it's not like she sleeps around or anything. No, this is just a choice. Some people's minds. This is just a choice she made in her romantic life that she's sort of pushing her, like we do, you know, if you have a boyfriend or, you know, something, whatever, and all your crap comes with you, right? So she's pushing all this stuff on her partner. I will say that. Whether he deserves it or not. And he might deserve some of it, but there's not, it's not mean or anything. It's just like the emotional reactions to things. Okay. So it's also the reason she made this choice. I think that's the important thing. The choice she has made in her romantic life. So there's something we got to clear there. Do I need to know anything else? Do I know what it is? Yeah. Okay, so I can't share that. All right. It's really nothing bad, people. Okay, so it's just a piece of private information that there's no need to share. Okay, that's what confidentially is all about, right? All right. Thank goodness Babs is letting me even do this. All right, so. Hopefully it'll help lots of others, including herself. All right, so same situation, different. They're right next to each other, physically. All right, this is definitely a desert. Definitely a woman who made a decision based on. Now this is a little different because this is based on her own situation. This is more culturally, which is not the case now. Okay, so she it's linked. They're all linked. So it's based on her own situation culturally. So she made a decision. Okay. Do I need to know anything else? Do I need to add my own thoughts to this? Yes. Okay. Okay. So she's angry about that. Angry now. Is that all I need to know? Yeah. All right. Good. Okay. We're almost done. Well, finding it. Oh, and if you want to know how I do this, I can, you know, I do teach this or help mentees doing this because everybody can actually do this. They just need to be able to learn to tune in and accept and allow. It's the same thing. Am I in the right place? So this has happened. Oh my goodness, except that she's the man. Okay. So she's the male. Ooh, she's the perpetrator. Okay, so the one doing the cultural limiting thing. It might even be like harem times. That's really okay. I'm not sure. I haven't had a lot of those. I've had a couple, but not a lot. Yeah. Oh, there was abuse. Well, abuse being mean. Okay, so there's treating these women like not only not slaves, hierarchy. Everybody had a hierarchy. Hierarchy. All right, so payback's a rough thing. All right, let me just ask, do I need to do any of the other points? No, so I don't need to do two on the front, two on the back. No, do I need to do in the front? Is it true that I do not need to? Yes, so do I need to do the two ones on the top? I need to do ones on the back. Okay. So we're good. So now I got to go through and figure out the order. How are we doing on time? I just want to check. I don't even know where to find the time, so I'm just going to... How come they don't... Oh, it's been 36 minutes. Okay, we're good. All right. Gotten faster. I'm just going to use intuition for this number. So this is 1 already. 1, 4, 7. Slow down. 4, 7, 6. Usually I would muscle test this, but I've been doing this for so long that it just comes to me and I'll know when I'm wrong, like this one. Feels like 8. It is not. No wonder I said that. 3. Now there's the 8. 9. Okay, I'm getting really tired. That usually means something. I mean, it means like there's something going on. So that holy 3 is going to be big. 10. Okay, it's going really fast again. 2. No, I think, is it true that that's 5 and that's 2? Yeah. So this is 5. And this is 2. The reason I'm not showing you my desktop is because I have her whole name on her file. I guess I could move it and that way I could show you my desktop, but I don't think you need to see it. It's just my notes. So what I'm doing is putting the order. And the order is important because the learning is based on the weight of the trauma, and there's 2 hemispheres of the brain and where everything's stored. Again, German medicine and meta-medicine, so meta-health. And so they need to be balanced as you clear them, or you can make someone really depressed or really anxious. So if you go through the order, also some things clear easier after you've cleared, and that's probably the biggest thing, is things clear easier if after you cleared the underlying reason of supporting problems, learning. Okay, so we're going to start with the pinky on the left. There's a body water, closed like leg. I'm looking at the leg. Malish 24. No more came menstruates. I'm just tired of support. So, all right. So without reciprocation. All right. That's the big thing. I'm tired of no support without reciprocation. So that's kind of like I don't trust anybody. I can't trust somebody because they're always going to want something. Oh. All right, EFT, matrix dimensional healing. Oh, I can use dimensional healing. Universal source energy, ACE. This feels like ACE universe. So I can use ACE. Okay. Is the ACE the best thing here? Yeah. Was it a little bit of shot of the other thing? Okay, so what I'm mumbling is going back to where the energy was ever created. No, it's not working. So how can I? So I need to do something first. Dimensional healing. Okay. It's odd. Dimensional healing is usually for physical problems. All right, this doesn't take long. Oh, it's a block within her. Okay. Yeah, it's a block within her because what now I'm gonna have to just trust people and they're not gonna give me anything. You know, I can't trust people. So I'm just gonna bypass that because, well, I'm gonna do dimensional healing on it because she won't feel like that after we get through this. But I don't want to push through it. I want to get her sort of like energetic approval. Okay, now I'm going to do ACE, going back to the energy. So great, much better. Going to your heart, ask your heart, which is lose from this. Knowledge, wisdom, learning, coming down from the top of the head, all through life, the face. The heart out through around you, up and down your timeline. What are you doing? Let's this go east. And clearing the imprints. Is that done? Yeah, don't try this at home. That just popped into my head because I've had a lot of training. You can learn it. I mean, absolutely. You can absolutely be a mini-me, as my joke goes. Do everything that I do along with what you do. You just need to learn it. Oh, this is the harem. There's a hierarchy in a harem. And I just keep feeling that there's a hierarchy when she was in foster care. I mean, she feels like energetically feels like there was a hierarchy, you know, to the actual children, that the biological children that were there, and her, and so it's definitely heavily connected. In fact, it's so connected, I feel like there's still a cord there. Do I need to take care of the cord? No. All right, that EFT, matrix, dimensional healing, universal source energy. Okay. Okay. This is the fun part. Just watching me sit here, right? It's too bad she fell off the line, because usually when I do this, people start feeling things or crying, or, I mean, and when they're on the line, or relating or releasing, and that's all right. Because most, actually, 99% of the time, the person isn't on the line with me. I record it. And yawning is usually my indication of the release of energy. Is that done? Yeah. Can I move on? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start speeding through this. Left. If I can find a person emptiness inside. Okay, this is the shortcut. How am I going to do this in a demonstration? Because usually a shortcut takes 20 minutes, but a release and replace is a whole method in itself. And so I'm just going to whiz through the do it myself, mumble again, and if you want to learn it, it's you can contact me, Karin, or info at howtotap.com, and learn the release and replace shortcut. I do teach it in various cities all over the world. Okay. Okay, I want you to take every Babs that has ever existed who felt an emptiness. There's going to be hundreds of thousands. It's going to be, you might need more. You know, you can go to a beach or a field, but you're also going to need probably more planets than planet Earth. So you might need some more planets. And try not to get overwhelmed that there's so many of them, because you're bringing onto the field everybody that has ever felt like this. And you could have felt like this 40 times a day, 365 days a year. So it's a lot of Babs. Okay, again, I'm speeding through this so I can see them. And there are quite a number of planets filled with Babs. Good, we're not going to leave anybody behind. Now let me just energetically tell them what they're supposed to do. Essentially find the emptiness inside you, make it a thing, find out where it is in your body, turn it into black smoke and release it into the sky. You will remain the same people you are. You will not lose your learning. Good, and we'll have a vacuum cleaner. Universe's vacuum cleaner sucking that up. Good, that's happening really fast. Nice. Okay, then rain coming down, healing sparkling rain, clearing out the rest of the holes. People who know release and replace will recognize this. This is everybody who wanted everybody else to fill the emptiness inside them. And here's the good part. I'm going to bring Babs energetically in here. And if she was on the line, I'd get her to do it herself. But she's not, so I can energetically bring her in here. And I would like you, Babs, to send either God's loving light. Now, she is a spiritual person, a religious person, so she is a God person. Otherwise I'd say universe or universal energy. So I'm going to say God's loving light down through the top of your head, all through your body. Let it go out to all the people, filling all their holes. She's really good at this. She's very a giving, loving person. So she's sending the light to. All right, so she knows what this is. So you put your hands out in front of you, not in real life, but on the planet, and with your palms facing up, and just send the white light, God's loving light, all to everybody on those lots and lots and lots of planets. Now we're also including ancestors and generational people and past lives if you believe them. So just send them all this. Okay. And when they leave, they take this light with them. Again, I'm moving very fast. All right, so thank them for coming. Let me just look around. Everybody's okay. All right, are we done with that? No. Is there somebody left? No, we just need a little more light. I think Babs is liking being able to do this, so let's let her send the light. So I'm getting a lot of the colors of light. That's because God's loving light is white light, as we're saying, and it has a lot of, for some people it's golden, but it's got all the colors of the spectrum in it. So when it gets to people, sometimes it changes colors depending on what color they need to fulfill the hole where the bad feeling used to be. Okay, I can't keep going past. Okay, are we done with that? All right. I'm only on 3. We gotta whiz through this 4. Can I move on? Yeah. All right. I don't even know what hand I'm on. This is still left ring finger. Pissed off. Anger at people having their shit, so they don't pour it on, because they pour it on me. Why do I always have to be the one to make nice? That's going to be interesting what I'm told to do. All right. Universal source energy, dimensional healing. Oh, this is divine alignment. Okay. So this is a really high-end method. Okay, so I'm not going to explain it because I actually can't talk while I do it. I should actually pause the video, but you should probably see how long it takes me. See, it's really involved with her history. And protection and frustration. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, it's also pretty fast. Is that done? Yeah. Except that took a lot out of me. Okay. Am I ready? Yeah. Okay. Index finger right side. Desert. One made decision based on her own situation. Cause her angry now about that. Yeah. Having to do what she has to do. That's essentially what it is. Having to do what she has to do. Because of the culture. Yeah, we've never anybody have that or had to do that, right? Our whole lives. EFT matrix. I think this feels like dimensional healing, although it's not ACE. Yeah, I could do this with ACE. Universal source energy, okay. So, Babs, when you watch this, we would like a report so I can put it in YouTube on either your reactions to this because you fell off or the results. Either one, probably the results. People will want to know that. And the resonance, like what resonated with you. You can send it to me and I'll put it in so that people don't know who you are, so that you can, I'll copy and paste it. That was fast. Ah, it's really fast. Is that done? It's really fast. Okay. It's really fast. Why can't people be like pets? Yeah, when I'm in there, I forget how funny this can be. If you love me, you love me, and I can make a boo boo, and you still love me. Yeah, wouldn't we wish? Why can't people be like pets? I agree with you. God, as long as you're nice to pets. Oh my goodness. So that's a belief system. EFT matrix, divine alignment, universal source energy. It feels like dimensional healing, but dimensional healing? Oh, something must have happened. Okay. So it's really dimensional healing? You know what I'm forgetting? What about Jesus healing now? Okay, dimensional healing. All right. Actually, it feels like I have the pet community and unconditional loveness supporting this, which would make sense with dimensional healing. Yes, supportness is a word, right? Wow. Is that done yet? Cool. I'm comfortable where I am. Oh, I'm comfortable where I am and I want to keep it that way. So there's a fear if things are going okay, let's not upset the apple cart. Eggshell walking. Feels like it's a part of this life, this your attitude right now. Do I need to know anything? No. Okay, cool. Um, all right. Just dropped out of the loop. I mean, I just dropped connection with her completely in all of this. So that usually means that I hit something that's very deep, but it doesn't feel like that. Let me look at it. Is it because I don't think she's afraid to upset the apple cart? Really just completely and totally disconnected. Okay, I'm where I am, and I want to keep it that way. Oh, so if I make it, if she steps outside her zone, it's unsafe? She doesn't want to let go of the eggshell? She doesn't believe that eggshell? She doesn't know how. Okay. Doesn't know how to deal with controversy. It's not controversy. It's more like when she disagrees. So safely deal. She doesn't want to piss people off. Okay, to safely deal when she disagrees, so she doesn't go into spiral. She doesn't go into spiral. Okay. Well, that's right now. But it's got to come from somewhere. Can I use ACE with this? That way I can find out where she learned this. Okay. Good. Going back for the energy we ever created. Oh, there's lots of stuff here. There's lots of stuff in your past of not knowing how not to upset people. That's probably your foster parents, I'm thinking. I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to work. Yeah, this is key. Go into your heart, ask your heart what wants to learn from this, ask your heart to teach you. Trust me. What are you doing that much? You stopped. There's still a little uneasiness there about this. Can I use ACE or something to clear this? How about dimensional divine alignment? No, universal source energy. Okay. All right. That feels right. Where did I put that? Oh, over there. Okay. Draws fast. Feels awfully fast. Okay. Poor crappy sturdy. Oh, this is the kid. It's a hard life. What's that? So good. Just take time and I'll prove it to you. I would love you so much if you love me like your own. Alright, so I'm already there. That was an easy one. So can I ace? This just feels like I gotta heal it all. So let's just do universal source center divine alignment. It feels different. Oh, I don't use this very often. So this is all of them. That's the only way I can call it. It's like everything I know, all in one. Oh, come on. All I can attribute this to how fast things are moving is Bab's trust in me and her really wanting to get rid of this, like, and she's done a lot of work on herself too, and she's ready. So, because this is normally not this fast, and this is a big deal for her. So, okay, I'll make my own family. Never allow that to happen. I'll just shut off. I don't let him on my side. So this is the shutdown thing. Ace, it feels like an ace thing. It's not. Okay. AFT matrix. Ace. Dimensional healing. You know, there's a lot of dimensional healing with this stuff, which is usually physical problems. So I'm thinking that it might have affected your physical self, this thing, like either your weight or your anxiety or your um, physical, you know, just your physical being. And you're fairly young, so it shouldn't have hit your kidneys or your liver or your anything like that, but it could have hit, you know, like your kidney collecting tubules. It could have, you know, the ability to breathe or sleep well. Um, so, I mean, because there's a lot of dimensional healing on this stuff that's mostly emotional, which doesn't usually, the emotional and trauma stuff generally doesn't show up till you know, it's been cumulative later in life. So I'm just surprised. Yeah, this is a lot. We only have one more. There's a lot of sadness here. Okay, how are we doing? Can I move on? It doesn't feel like I can move on. Should I pause the camera? No. Okay. Yeah, I think people should see how long this takes. You'll see me drink a lot of water when I do this. Well, actually, I drink club soda, but same thing. Okay, this is good. I'm feeling a really big release right here. Those of you who know what this is, it's a heart chakra. So this male person was not letting anybody in, and that was closing them off. And whether it was her father or her grandfather or whatever ancestors, that means she was shutting off. How can you let love in if you shut it off, right? So she wouldn't feel that way. She would just wait for somebody to punch into your heart. Well, why can't you get in? I deserve for you to like push your way in. Why? What's wrong with me? And that's because she's not open to receiving. I mean, cognitively she is. Energetically she was not, which is another reason why this is number 9. And until we have done all that other stuff, okay, now I feel like crying. Relief kind of cry. This was big Babs. Can we move on? All right. Choices she has made in her romantic life. And this is my note. Actually limited herself because she thought she had to. And how it impacted her and how it made her angry at herself. This is actually not going to make her like leave her boyfriend or spouse. What this will do is get her to stop being angry with herself and him. Well, maybe not entirely. It is one session, but it'll lessen it a lot. Just open the doorway. I didn't even ask. I think I started working on chords. I did. Okay, so do I need to know what method I'm using? I do. Okay. It feels like the all thing again. Usually we get the last one. We get to that. I call it all. It's just whatever I'm supposed to use. And we flip-flop between whatever's needed. A little bit of resistance here on this one. Again, it's fear of how do I protect myself. If I'm so open, won't I let people walk all over me? Well, not anymore. Okay. All right, there are parts of me that have been healed by this. And there are parts of me that haven't been healed. And those parts are willing to learn from parts that have been healed. My mind, body, spirit, and energy system are receiving that information now. New neural pathways. I'm getting a tightness in my throat, so Babs, if you could actually repeat this rather than just watch it. You need to say it out loud, please. I'm going to start over. There are parts of me that have been healed by this. There it goes. Parts of me that haven't been healed. And those parts are willing to learn from the parts that have been healed. My mind, body, spirit, and energy system are receiving that information now. New neural pathways. I choose to remain safe in this new knowledge. The information transfer is complete. I'm grateful. Thank you. Together divine. Breathe in through your nose. Keep tapping. Out through your mouth. And please do that 2 more times. All right, my dear. So you'll let me know when I upload this how it was, okay? And report back to me, please. All right, much support.